I appreciate you guys bringing me on.
Hello and welcome. I am your host, the best podcast host in the universe, Steve Cully. I'd like to thank our sponsors at Procyon Partners. Procyon, one of the top 50 fastest growing companies in the nation. They specialize in employee benefits, wealth management, and retirement planning. President Sean Rabinowitz, proud supporter of our podcast network and everything we do. Green Street Trust International, owned and operated by Rennell Jump and UConn legendary men's basketball player Jake Voskuhl. They specialize in tax plans for businesses large or small. They will save you money or get you a big fat return on your taxes. To schedule your free strategic tax planning session today, go to www.greenstreettrust.com. Pete Finch and the Finch Law Firm is located in Bridgeport, Connecticut. If you've suffered any type of personal injury, slip and fall, car accident, your mother-in-law ran you over with her car, your wife got angry one night and decided to stab you, the Finch Firm is for you. Pete has won legal battles all across the state of Connecticut. He will go to war to get every dollar you deserve in compensation. You just have to remember, in a pinch, call Finch or go to his website, thefinchfirm.com. Dynamic Human Performance is owned and operated by UConn legendary running back Andre Dixon. He trains boys and girls of all ages, all sports. He has a boot camp program 7 days a week, 6 a.m. You want to get in shape, you go to Andre. He has an athletic development program where he trains boys and girls in the sport of their choice from the ground up, helps them reach their full potential, be the best they can possibly be. Andre has sent boys and girls to college on scholarship for all different types of sports. To work with the best, he has a 5,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility in Hartford, Connecticut. Go to www.dynamichumanperformance.com. All right, and here we are for the Trench Mob Show. I'm your host, the best podcast host in the universe, Steve Cully. And with me, as always, the owner, operator, CEO of the Trench Mob himself, Julius Williams. Julius?
What's up, brother?
And a very special guest all the way from out west in California, who also has a pretty good organization himself for 5v5. Coach Suki, welcome.
Hey, thanks, Kelly. Thank you guys for having me on, Julius. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
For sure.
So, Coach Suki, how long have you been doing 5v5? How long have you been in the business now?
That's a great question, Kelly. First and foremost, before I start off, I just want to give all glory to God. You know, without him, none of this is possible. Without him, you know, me being around the great kids and the type of caliber kids that I have wouldn't be possible. So all glory to him. But this is going on my second year with HealthStar 5-on-5. We just officially got done with our first year, February 10th. Last year, February 10th, 2025 was our first time stepping out. We just got completed our first year, going into our second. We ended our first year, winning 3 national titles, all 3 with GSA, 2 regional, one national. And then we also put together a free youth camp, a 5-on-5 youth camp this past January 3rd.
Oh, that's huge.
I mean, with only a week of advertising, raining, and then during that weekend, there was also an all-star game that weekend, and we still had about almost 100 kids show up in the rain. So, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Just, we're just trying to create an environment, a safe place where, these big boys, these linemen are able to show that grit, to show that nastiness and just be themselves. Ultimately, because I feel like without us, they're just out there playing 7-on-7, really.
They are, unfortunately, 7-on-7. And I think 7-on-7 develops bad habits a lot of the times too. So what's your background? Are you from the area, and did you play?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. And some people don't
You might
like the face.
suck whenever you want. You don't always have to tell me it's a great question. You can tell me my question.
No, yeah, no, it's just no, it's just acknowledging it. So for me, a lot of people may not accept the reality of it, but it's a testament to the myself and God. I was a coulda, woulda, shoulda been player. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, not beat around it. And with my experience, going the JUCO route and trying to live a dream. Obviously, God had different plans. So, through my experience, through the grace of God, giving me the opportunity to be able to coach these kids. It's a blessing in itself. So my playing background didn't really, graduated high school, took the JUCO route.
Yeah.
I didn't really make it. Started coaching, right before COVID, 2019. Really, and then started training a little bit, but I didn't really take it serious until these past couple years. As well. So yeah, just as far as playing wise, like I said, I was that coulda, woulda, shoulda been player. Um, as far as playing, but coaching, I mean, it's inevitable. Julius can tell you, most players that end up playing the game, usually don't end up making it. Usually ends up coaching. So.
Yeah, and it's a completely different mindset. Did you find it difficult to transition from being a player and going into a coach?
Yeah. At first, it was a little difficult until I realized. I mean, one of the biggest blessings in my life is having kids.
Yeah.
And I feel like being a father, or just being a parent in general, goes hand in hand with being a coach. Same values, pretty damn near, and trying to instill in these kids. And ultimately, as a parent, I feel like it's just giving these kids guidance and hope, giving them the guidance that we didn't have as youngins, especially with all the influence now with the NILs nowadays, and just giving them hope, letting them know that HealthStar, we do have a platform and we do give these kids exposure where, we can take you to the water, just can't make you drink it.
Absolutely. Julius says the exact same thing. And I had a similar experience. When I was a young coach, I was too relatable to the players and wasn't as much of an authority figure. And that's why I think what you said is very important. Being a parent, that you're the authority figure. That you have to set the tone. That you have to be the one that's responsible. And players follow their coach's lead all the time. So that's big. That's big. Did you start off coaching at a high school level or college level and then begin doing this in the off season?
No. So I actually got it started coaching really was because of one of my good buddies, Juice. He's one of the co-owners of HealthStar with him and Shawnee. So, he gave me a call one day wanting to help him out just coaching. So, coaching, I started coaching youth. So just been coaching youth the whole time.
That's
I didn't
hard.
coach high school until the last couple years. So 2024, I would say, is when I started coaching high school. It was my first year. Um, yeah, so now, I mean, now I'm still going into my third year, just a different scenery, different place. So I'm excited about that.
And it's challenging coaching youth football. I mean, that would when we did football camps at the colleges I was at, it'd drive me up a wall. I hated the youth kids. They'd lose interest. You're supposed to be teaching them stances and starts. They don't want to do any of that shit. They just want to have fun. So
Yeah.
I always struggled with the youth kids, and I end up with them. How did you find yourself able to work with them, teach them, and be relatable, and still garner their interest?
Oh man, that's a great question. It's just just praying on it day by day.
Yeah,
Ultimately understanding that being a parent, part of it is just being patient.
yeah,
You know,
yeah. You got it.
understanding as well that not every kid is the same. So the way you communicate with these kids and the way you talk to them, it's ultimately, all these kids, they don't respond the same. Some kids don't respond to the all the yelling and all of that. Some kids don't respond to you being nice or not so nice. It's just learning and understanding that every kid is different, and you can't talk to every kid the same.
I think that is the most important thing with coaching right there at any level, what you just said, because I've seen coaches who try to use the same style with every kid, and you can't do that. Exactly like you said. You reach them in different ways. Some you do have to yell at, some you do have to scream at, others you do have to put your arm around them and be kinder to them for them to connect and for them to make adjustments. So it's good that you recognize that early on, and that definitely makes an impact. Talk about the adjustment, from going to the youth level up to the high school level.
Um, to be honest, I mean, just all glory to God. Like I said, it's just that transition for me, at least. It wasn't as hard for me. I would say, at least for myself. Again, just praying on things and just leaving it in God's hand, and ultimately, when things happen like that, and you leave it to the Almighty Creator, He opens up things, and He touches people that in ways that you thought would never reach, and the way he's been using me and just his outreach to others, it's second to none. So it's just the opportunities that God has given me, especially with these kids, how to talk to these kids, and ultimately having that empathy for these kids, while still understanding. Don't get it twisted. I tell Julius this all the time, and I tell the parents, especially my kid. Football's a grown man sport. It's physically demanding. And one of my key points about coaching, and I took with me, which I feel like I made the transition easy for me from that jumped from youth to high school, where I instill into my kids, just like life. Football don't give a fuck about your feelings.
Unfortunately, they don't.
You don't like where you are on the depth chart, change my fucking mind.
Yeah,
I can't coach. I can't coach what's behind me.
Yeah, 100%. Hopefully he comes back.
We lost. He was spitting up. Now I'll tell you what, Cully.
But he's right about that. I mean, being able to coach at the youth level and then go to the high school level is probably much easier. Because I can tell you, going from the high school level to college down. But yeah. So talk about maybe a situation or a story where you were able to reach a kid, coach a kid, where it resonated, where you saw significant improvement, where you saw a kid develop because of the work you've done, and God helping you along the way.
No, yeah. Also, great question. So, I have one, a kid named Anthony. Most recently, he's class of 28, little sophomore kid. I've been training him going on 2 years now. So, um, the funny thing is with this kid is every kid, their confidence and shot, and then just like I tell these kids, trust in the process. You got to trust God along the way, and it starts off ultimately, them doing it their way and trying to do it their way, and ultimately seeing that their way isn't the best way to do it, and just trying to get these kids in tune with God, and making sure they're walking that path with God, and leaving it up to them. With Anthony, the struggle, you know, not all kids and parents, come from, rainbows and sunshine. The
Sure.
reality is, that things happen, in this thing we call life. You know, some people are fortunate than others. Some have more than others, and some just do good with it, and some do horrible with it. And it sucks to see it when things that people are in that position and it doesn't work. They use it to their advantage. But he's the epitome of a kid that comes from that background. And to see that kid in less than a year, the work that he's put in, and him trusting God and trusting, the process, and trusting me along the way. He was one of those kids that, he kind of had the size but had two left legs. You know, uh, and with two left legs come two right hands.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah.
So I mean, at first it was tough, because those kids that come in, and it's the reality of it. They think they're a lot better than what they really are, and then they got people in their ear telling them this and that, And I told Anthony, at the end of the day, whoever's coming to you and whatever they're saying to you, I mean, they only started coming to you after things started happening. So
Exactly.
just understand and know, and just keep praying. But through that process, Anthony, with me training on this past year, he went from, like I said, having two left legs, two right hands, to winning lineman of the year in the Pacific League that he's in.
Wow, that's incredible.
First year playing varsity as a sophomore, starting as 12 games, all 12 games as a sophomore, from left tackle all the way to right tackle, from playing DN all the way to nose. And again, I tell him, he tells me all the time, thank you. And I tell him, nah, man, no, thank me, thank God, and thank yourselves, and thank your parents, honestly, because without God, we wouldn't be here. And then without you and your parents trusting me in this journey we call life, you wouldn't be here. So, what I do for these kids, it's a small portion, of just giving back ultimately, because at the end of the day, I'm married. I'm 34 years old, married with 3 kids. I promise you, Cully,
God
Julius,
bless you.
I'm not trying to prove shit to nobody at this age. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to put on for these babies, and making sure that they have an avenue and a platform and exposure where they can take advantage of.
Yeah. How would you say that you have gotten them to buy into being spiritual, and believing in God, and praying to God, and using that, because some high school kids, that can be challenging to get them to really buy into. And it seems that means everything to you and your program, and how you coach and how you teach.
Yeah, no, for sure. I just tell them, I don't tell them necessarily. Sometimes, most of the times, I kind of just, we're a leader of men, a growing young men. We just got to lead by example. So when they're seeing that, the coaches are always talking about God and speaking about God, and practicing the godly things, and eventually these kids, they come around to it, because so sometimes being that asshole all the time, or trying to put on this look or this demeanor, you know what I'm saying? It's not always good,
No.
there's a place and time for it. But yeah, so
Did you find yourself? I mean, were you always empathetic with the kids, or was that something that you kind of had to develop?
I mean, to be honest, I feel like a lot of coaches, I feel like they have that empathy for these kids, because we, especially I mean, Julius can know. I mean, I'm pretty sure Cully, coming from that background and playing it's different. Kids respect coaches where, they have that empathy where, Julius, where we're like, hey, I know what it feels like these 2 days, holding up 300 pounds so kids can crawl under you, doing the ladder. I know what it feels like when it's 90 degrees or 100 degrees outside and we got to run hills. I know that. So just having that empathy, I feel like these kids, it for me at least, in my opinion, for me it just alleviates a lot of bullshit. When you have empathy for these kids, because especially being a lot older. I mean, I'm like a middle child on my coaching staff. There's kids that are, guys that are older than me, and then there's guys that are younger. So I'm kind of like right in the middle. But yeah, and just yeah.
Yeah. One of the things that we've talked about is certain kids, it seems like they struggle to overcome adversity or they don't face adversity. Their answer to it is, maybe going into the transfer portal instead of working to get better. Have you seen any instances of that? Is that something that you think is an issue in high school to college football today?
Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, it's been happening around. Cully, this type of thing's been happening for years, generations. Where kids, they don't like certain areas, and it's just people around them hyping. And these kids ultimately believing in the hype. Actually believing that they're way better than what they really are. Ultimately, and just trying to remind these kids, that man, just try, because I tell them, so perfect example. I tell these kids, when you don't like a certain situation and you have to face adversity in life, it's how do you respond?
Yeah,
And in
absolutely.
life, are you going to respond by picking up your bags because you're not getting any playing time, or you're going to transfer? And like I said, Cully, at the end, at the beginning, a little beginning of this, I said, football don't give a fuck about your feelings.
It's real.
And when you go to the next level, it gets even worse. They really,
Even worse.
it's just a harsh reality, because at the next level, it becomes a business.
Yeah.
It
If I
is.
could
And
jump in
part of
here,
a business is you going to work, showing up to
all right,
work every day.
all right.
And some of these kids aren't built for that. They don't have the
Man.
discipline because they don't know what adversity feels like.
Yeah, man.
Why?
If I
Because
could piggyback on that, bro, it's like I've been letting y'all talk, right? Get to know each other, but it's to a point now where football is as kissing as expected. You know what I mean? It's
Oh yeah.
like
hey, it's not brown nosing when you got shit on your lips. You hear me?
it's crazy, man. Because I tell you an example. We've had kids with trench mob. We've been doing trench mob now since 2019, and you got kids that fit in, you got kids that don't fit in, and the kids that don't fit in are the kids that come around and they think, okay, I got 5 offers, I'm the shit. I got 10 offers, I got 15 offers, I got 20 offers, so you should roll the red carpet out for me when I come here and have some iced lemonade and a fan to follow me around with. And the kids that have that type of attitude, they don't last long. And what they do, what you just spoke on, Cully, they jump in the portal. They go to other 5v5 organizations or other trainers who are going to let them act like that. You know what I mean? Who are, you see them again, and then they kind of look at you like, I'm over here now. But it's just crazy, man, that because back in the day, man, I'm a little older than you, Suki, and a little bit younger than Cully. But the stage we grew up in, man, coaches didn't give a damn about impressing you, bro. I don't care how much of a dog you was. You know what I mean? You get your ass cussed out just like everybody else. You know what I mean? You get sent home, you know. But nowadays, you got head coaches telling assistant coaches, nah, man, don't talk to him like that. You know what I mean? Hey, man,
Man,
that kid gonna leave if we treat him
trust
too
me,
harsh, man. You got to calm down on him, coach. Man, that shit is crazy.
Yeah,
man.
I
It
think it's
is.
tough because you a lot of these colleges have to recruit their own kids to stay around. But I mean, it seems I've always felt that players make the best coaches because they have an understanding of, like what you said, you've been there where they are, especially during doubles, during training, during practice, during games. You've been in the same situations. Have you found it challenging to be open and transparent as far as how you evaluate your kids, your talent?
Yeah, no, not so much, to be honest. I mean, to like I said, I tried not to put too much feelings behind it. Again, because football don't give a fuck about your feelings, just like life.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like my approach when I approach these kids. It's sometimes I look, just to go back to double back on what Julius was saying a little earlier too, about these guys, team hopping and I deal with it too on my end, Julius,
That's crazy.
with me being Hellstar, but and I tell these kids, hey, I don't. It doesn't bother me. I'm not gonna lose sleep if you decide to go over there. Just understand, once you leave, that there's no coming back. Like, you made the decision to leave. So how's it fair for me to bring you back, and how's it fair for these kids that trust the process and been in it? But then you just double dipping whenever. Because when you go to college, it don't work like that. When you go to the NFL, it don't work like that.
Right.
And once you do it once, leave once, it makes it a lot easier to leave the second time.
Exactly.
So,
and which kind of leads, to it can, but I feel like a lot of coaches nowadays, especially nowadays, just they try to be too much of player coaching. And that's where they lose a lot of these kids, because and you can't tell these kids everything and what's going on behind the scenes, and what are you guys talking about, because your little ass don't need to know none of that shit. What you need to know is just to trust the process. Football is the greatest team sport, and trust God, and your coaches. But there's just so many distractions nowadays. Where it's just easy, man. It's just any little thing, and it can just so much start as a joke where, hey, I heard Hellstar hit you up, and so by the time it gets to somebody else, or hey, I heard Trench Mob hit you up, the story done changed and got twisted. So my whole thing when I approach my kids is just being real with them, honestly, just not sugarcoating shit, not beating them around the bush, and just giving them the reality. Because at the end of the day, I could take you to the water, I just can't make you fucking drink it.
No,
I can take you with this along this journey. I can, set up everything and put you in front of people that I need to put you in front of, but. And that's what I tell my kids, before, especially during tournaments, I tell them, hey, man, we can talk shit, we can bullshit, we can shoot the shits, as long as we put in this fucking work.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
Losing ain't fun.
No.
No. I'm pretty sure, Cully, Julius, I'm pretty sure no matter how sorry a team that you guys were on or I was on, you never woke up or never heard a kid say, oh, shit, I can't fucking wait to lose to Colin Hill today.
Yeah.
I can't fucking wait to lose. Nah, because losing ain't fucking fun. And when you're not winning, you lose the love of the game.
Oh, yeah.
What advice would you give to any coach about starting a 5v5 organization or team? And then what advice would you give to a kid to get involved in 5v5 and why it will benefit them?
Yeah. I mean, that's a great question as well. On both sides, a kid and the coach, it's just don't start the 5-on-5 or do the 5-on-5 based off what you see on social media. And that's why I tell kids, 7-on-7 is for entertainment, and this 5-on-5 is clinical. You see on the reps. Every reps
Yeah.
these guys lose. The D line coach and the O line coach can coach them up after every rep on what they need to fix or what they can do better. You can't really do that on 7-on-7 when the kid is running a lazy ass 7 route. There's nothing you can do.
Right.
Besides, trying to tell them, hey, we need the effort to be there, but that's what it seems like on 7-on-7, where a lot of these coaches they lose the love of it because they're too buddy with these kids. So as a coach starting a 5-on-5, just trust in what you believe in. Just know that whatever you're doing, if you didn't trust yourself to do it, you wouldn't be in that position, let alone thinking about starting it. And as far as a kid, the best advice I can give them, wanting to go into a 5-on-5, it's just it doesn't matter what 5-on-5 it is. As long as that coach that's doing that 5-on-5 cares about your development first and foremost, and care about you as a kid, then it shouldn't matter what brand they have. And I tell these kids, I'm just fortunate enough to know, Juice and Shawnee and the alumni over at Burbank High School, and it's just a family thing, and just me being blessed and knowing them, with a big powerful brand like Hellstar, not everybody is blessed with that opportunity, and then for me, I'm just trying to bless these kids and coaches. It's just I added a couple coaches on my staff. Coach Brock and Coach Yane. We're trying to get them to travel with us. Out of state. Adults, our schedules can be busy, but they're part of a cup of Hellstar, 5-on-5, and Coach Suki, as much as these kids are a part of the brand. So I tell these kids, don't look in it, don't look at the 5-on-5 expecting stuff. Just look at it as a development thing. Just understand that you're fortunate enough to have a coach even want to develop you. A lot of coaches nowadays, they their angles are different. Their
Oh yeah,
motives are different.
man, and Suki, man, and we can speak on that, bro, because I talk to Cully all the time, and I tell Cully there's only a few top organizations. So there's a difference between an organization and a
Mhm.
top organization. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
there's only a few top organizations out here that could say we're top 5 in the nation at this, that actually develop their players and train their guys. Most of these guys and some of these organizations, they're just meeting the kids when they get to California or
Yeah.
when they
They
get to Pittsburgh or when they get to Florida. And they're just picking kids from different cities and saying, hey, man, you got 40 offers. I want to pay for you to come play for me.
Yeah.
And that's key, man, because these days, there's development is gone. Makes sense. Everybody is wants to pray. Leeches understand that the way to win is with a gift. So you get in the kid's DM and start telling him how great he is. All right. And now you become part of his entourage because kids don't want mentorship. They want entourages. They want people to tell them how great they are. And I was talking to Coach O last night, man, not to be long, but I was telling Coach O, I lose a lot of kids once they get to college because they start smelling themselves.
Man.
And now they go train with people who make them feel good about themselves instead of telling them when they're wrong. Like I'm
Exactly.
classic for I see a kid post a beer or a liquor bottle or some stupid shit on Instagram. I'm that coach that's gonna slide in and say, take that shit down. They want people that's gonna celebrate them for doing dumb shit. You know what I mean? So I just want to elaborate on that. And what,
That's
what
very
got me
true.
and Suki together, what got us cool, man, is those types of conversations. Not being concerned with just recruiting all the top guys that are all 5 stars and all 4 stars, but being willing to, like he talked about the guy with 2 left feet and 2 right arms. Just being willing to develop those type of kids and seeing the fruits of our labor instead of just buying our way into 5v5 starter.
Yeah. And Cully, and just to piggyback off of that real quick, and that's why I tell some of these coaches, I'm gonna talk my shit a little bit, Cully, because that GSA tournament, that regional national tournament we just won, I had a bunch of coaches in my DMs hitting me up talking about, Hellstar Sports is not a sports team. Coach Suki can't coach. He just takes the best players from the best teams. Hellstar is just a clothing brand. So, to me, it's the proof is in the pudding. Come see me, and most importantly, come see these kids, because I'm not the one out there playing; they are. I don't go around telling the people, that we're the best, and I mean the proof is in the pudding. These kids, and I thank them so much, because without them, ultimately, without these kids, us coaches, that we don't get the accolades and the praises that we do. Without these kids, and without us investing in these kids and trusting and having the empathy that we do for these kids, and ultimately just raising growing young men, help guidance growing young men is ultimately what comes from out of these programs, and our goals are these kids that come out better young men, as great as they are football players. I tell them one day football is going to end, so who are you without football? Football is just a platform that you can use. A lot of these kids can use with their talent, to set up the rest of their life. But, a lot of these kids fail to understand that, hard work beats talent when talent don't want to work hard. And I tell these 3, 4, 5-star kids, like, guess what? And at that next level, there's hundreds like you.
Yeah.
What's going to separate you from that next guy or the guy in front of you is how hard are you, or how bad are you willing to work? How hard are you willing to work?
Yeah, it's that work ethic.
Willing to wake up at 3, 4 a.m. to get that upper hand, but that it all stems from the household too, Cully. A lot of these parents too, and I tell Julius, a lot of these parents they live their dreams through their kids, man, and it's fucked up and it sucks. They taking advantage of it, and I tell parents all the time, hey man, stop blocking your kids' blessing.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you're blocking all of it. Like, let them make. Yeah, I understand you're the mom or you're the dad. Yeah, you make certain decisions, but and I tell my kids, hey, don't let my advice cloud your judgment. Because I don't want you to blame me for a decision you're gonna ultimately have to live with.
Yeah.
So parents, moms and dads, try giving your kids the right guidance, or find that coach that trusted and really invested in your kid, because like I said, it just, I deal with it all the time. Hey, coach, or this and that. It's like, then go play for that team. If that team wanted you so bad, it's like they would have came and got you last year, but they didn't. They only coming to you because of all this hype. But again, if there's no hard feelings, football don't give a fuck about your feelings or mine. You want to go over there, have an opportunity, just understand, I'm still going to love you the same. There's no love lost, just know you putting on a different jersey. I just got to whoop your ass.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. Well said. Well said.
So,
are you guys still taking kids at Hellstar? Can kids still come work with you? Or do you work with them
I mean, as far as training, and that's why I tell Julius too. I get a lot of animosity, from my coaches. Not my coaches, but I say my coaches as far as some of these coaches in California, where
in the area, yeah,
where. Because I'm not posting videos of me training, and because I'm not posting videos of kids, like I said, it's I move the way I move, and I do the things I do because I'm in the position that I'm in. If I listened to every opinion, and then I wouldn't be here and talking to you guys, or just having the success as much success as I do. And yeah, man, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
No,
so I just wanted to get
sorry.
Yeah, I just wanted to get your website. If you're taking on kids, we'll put it in the show notes. so they can reach out to you. You'll train them on an individual level, and then you'll train them for Hellstar if they want to join still for the rest of the season.
Yeah. Right now, I'm working on my website and everything. So,
Okay.
hopefully, right here, within the next week or two, I should have it up and running. But a lot of kids reach me through my Instagram and
Just
my
DM you on Instagram. Okay.
and then I talk to them. But yeah, as far as tryouts, I had the approach of trying to make everything exclusive. That's how I feel like and it's not to knock any team. I just feel like just with the power of the brand that given my situation, the power of the brand where it's just I don't have tryouts. I try to handpick every kid as much as close as I can. And then that's why ultimately I feel like the Hellstar team, the kids, they're so good is because a lot of them played with each other.
Right.
A lot of these kids played with each other since they were 9, 10, 8 years old. Like Jeremiah Williams and Johnny Yonet, they're both 4-star athletes that go to Tustin High School right now. And I said, they're both 300 pounds. One played nose guard and running back, and the other played D tackle and quarterback. They both started. So
right.
Just having kids like that, it's just just amazing. So
that's a good way to do it.
It is, and then too, so when they get that and when they get out on the field, it's not like, oh, this kid I just met a day ago or 2 weeks ago, or hey, is this kid from I just met. No, these kids, given their circumstances, they play against each other because they all play in the Trinity League. So once they come on the 5-on-5 team, it's like, when are you ever going to have a Lex or Lex Mailangi and Marcus Fakatu on the same team? You know what I'm saying? Besides them going against each other when Mater Dei plays Orange Lutheran, you know what I'm saying? Besides that, it's, but you can catch them both on the sideline,
Right.
So it's just, again, too, man, just all glory to God, man.
All glory to God. So you handpick everyone. Anyone interested in Hellfire, I'll put it in the notes. They can Hellstar. Sorry, Hellfire.
You're good.
Hellfire is Stranger Things. Sorry.
Yeah.
Much Stranger Things. Hellstar. So they can DM you. I'll put that on Instagram to contact you and obviously show you their film, and you can go from there with them. But thank you so much for coming on, for sharing your story, and we wish you the best the rest of the season. Keep
Color, I had sent some of them. Did you get the clips I sent of them?
Yeah. These are them.
Yes. I sent you some clips from when they was in California. And I don't know if you got time, Suki, you want to hang around and watch your clips right quick.
Yeah. Hey, I just, if you don't mind, Cully, I just want to give a couple shout outs. Again, first and foremost, all glory to God. Without him, none of this is possible. A big shout out to Juice and Shawnee. Especially Juice, him trusting me, to start this 5-on-5, for his brand. It means a lot. It says a lot about him too. So my coaches, John and Coach Yane, Coach Big John and Brock, our main guys, and then also Coach Josh, Coach Six, and Coach Tone, man. Yeah, so those guys, and then a couple other guys, my boy BT, Eddie and Reggie. Those three, especially Reggie and BT, shout out to them. They're the reason why I'm out here in Indy. So, I'm having this conversation in my hotel room because of them. So, yeah, man, just and shout out to my kids, man. all the kids on this year's team, Lex, Big Lex, Gabriel, Caden Weaver, Calvin Moala, Aiden, Adam Elo, Keikoa Peko, Kingston Jimerson, Gaho, Caleb Joy, Cameron Payne, Caleb Pacina, just all these kids, man. Just want to, I want to, as much as the highlight is on me, I want to highlight them as much as I can, because like I said, without them, I wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't be Hellstar Suki or Coach Suki without these kids. So, I don't want to forget or mention anybody or forget to mention anybody, but yeah, again, Cully, Julius, I appreciate you guys bringing me on. Yeah, let put on that clip. Let's watch that clip.
Jeez.
What was that again?
That's we call Gabriel the technician. He goes to St. John Bosco. That's Caden Weaver. He goes to Chaparral High School. Kingston Jimerson. That's my killer.
That boy was nice. The edge.
The edge.
Nice. Big.
And then Keikoa Peko. He goes to St. John Bosco as well. And then Kaho Hoalani, his older brother is a running back for the Seahawks.
Wow.
And then you got Caleb Joy. And then Calvin Moala, our right tackle. Hey, that's 4-star defensive end Tam Lawrence that goes to Bishop Gorman.
Nice.
Wow, that's a great job.
And that's Adam.
The one in
what happened?
I was just asking if I know I was thinking Bishop Gorman, not the one you said.
Yeah.
And that's against 2/10 right there. Cully, that's against Aaron Donald's team, man. We're going to see them in a couple of weeks. Shout out to 2/10, man. They got their next event.
Yeah, hey, shout out Byron too, man. Shout out Byron
too. Yeah, Byron, man, that's my guy right there, man.
Hey,
Byron was the
shout out D Brown and Aaron Donald too. I appreciate the invite too. I know Julius, you're gonna be out there. We're gonna be out there too. March 8th, Pittsburgh. Hey man, and it's the place to be too, Julius. You let these guys know if they ain't there, it's gonna suck to be you.
Nah, for sure, definitely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that was it. I think you sent me 2 of the same clips.
Okay,
I'm just double checking.
Okay, I thought I sent 2 separate ones. That's all good. I mean, they can go see him, man. Hellstar Suki, man. He on IG, man. Hellstar Sports.
Definitely,
man. Go check those guys out, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to man, my boy Jeffrey working behind the scenes. Everyone at Hellstar Sports. I just want to give them a big thanks, a big shout out to Coach O, Raul. You know what I'm saying? Man, just the guys behind the brands, man. The people that are working behind the scenes to make sure the guys like us, Julius, look good. So definitely. Shout out to those people, man, for real.
Man.
So
yeah, man, that's important.
Yeah, man.
To the guys, man, for sure.
Yeah, man.
We didn't get here alone, brother. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, and then too, Julius, we'll be out there too. April 26th that weekend.
Yeah.
In Georgia. I know you hosting your trench mob stuff, so yeah, we plan on going out there April 26th. The week before, we plan on going, visiting Coach O down there in Miami with Stars Mentorship.
Yeah.
So those are our 3 out of state dates. Planning on doing those, and then too, so I'm excited, man. Cully, Julius, I appreciate you guys again, man, for bringing me on, and I appreciate you guys for giving me the platform.
I got your second clip, I think. Just give me one.
Oh second. Yeah. Let's watch that one. I can send you a clip, but it's like 20 minutes. I don't know if you.
No, I got it. I think I got the right one.
Yeah, man.
But it's 5v5, man. It's good, brother. That come on, man, and show each other respect, bro. This 5v5 world is crazy, man.
Oh, hold on, sorry.
It is, you know, and then too, shout out.
Okay.
Gotta step this way. Step this way. Yeah, man. Oh, yeah.
And with that said,
Yeah.
I'd like to present the Giant Skills 5's our Shield, the 2026 National 5v5 Southern California region to Coach Suki and Hellstorm. This is their second time taking this title.
I was jealous of that shit, man. Man, that shit should have said Trish Bomb, dog.
Oh,
Nah, man, much respect, though, brother. Much respect, man.
That thing's big. Jeez.
Hell yeah.
yeah, I got 3 of those, Scully. I got 3 of them too.
You're gonna run out of room in your house.
Yeah. Nah, it's at the sports warehouse. It's at the warehouse, you know, for the boys, for the program.
That's awesome, man. That is awesome. Well, nicely done. Nicely done.
Appreciate
It's
it.
dope, man. It's important to me, man. You know, with so much hate in this world, man, you know, it's time to congratulate brothers, man. It's like I went to California with every intention to win that tournament. But the fact that we didn't win, you know, I'm gonna give flowers and show the respect to the man that did, man. And we just need more of that. I know in Atlanta, man, it's so many trainers and organizations in competition, bro. And you shouldn't go over there and mess with them. You shouldn't go mess with them. Like, why we gotta be ops just because we ain't wearing the same colors, man? Why we can't celebrate each other for being out here in these young men's life, man, and helping guide them to a path, especially the young men that come from the urban neighborhoods, man. You know what I mean? And that it ain't enough guidance out here. You know, even for guys who don't. You know, young men, period, whether they come from.
Yeah, they need to work together.
Yep, you work together, man. It's enough kids there for everybody to train, man. And like Suki said earlier, you know, a lot of these guys are looking at these kids as money, man, and instead of wanting to help organically.
They see dollar signs.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's like people, they be, you taking my kid, or man, you're a kid. I mean, he's God's child. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, if he want to come over here, man, and get some work with us, let him come get some work. Like, don't feel why you offended. You gonna miss out on your $75 this week? You know, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah. It should be about the kid. Yeah.
Yep. Hey, man, and too, shout out Coach Freddie. You know, Coach Freddie, he's one of my guys. He, you know, me and him have a lot of trust, and I respect the hell out of that guy, man. So, shout out Coach Freddie as well. Coach Gavin down there at GSA, you know, he's doing his thing. Coach Dub, he was over there at Mission Viejo High School, but now he's doing his thing at Saddleback. He's a D-line coach. Again, Coach Six, you know, he's doing training.
Right there, Coach Six. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, so yeah, man, just these are a bunch of great guys, you know, Coach Yane, Big John, you know, Coach Brock, he trains Marcus, you know, everyone knows who Marcus is. Marcus is that 5-star, 6'8", 290 defensive end out of Orange Lutheran, you know. And then yeah, man, and then you got Coach Tone too, you know. He has a hand on these kids. His Coach Tone, his son is Russell Sakona. He just transferred. He just checked in over there at Mater Dei.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so you know they were Division II last year. Coach Stone was the OC over there at Lusinger. You know, now he's over there at Mater Dei. I don't know if he's coaching still. I would assume he would be, but yeah, his son is Russell Sakona. Shout out Neff. You know, he's over there at Mater Dei. You got guys like Big Lex Mailangi, you know, protecting guys like freaking Russell. So it's gonna be exciting, you know. It's gonna be exciting with these kids, their journey, you know, where it takes them, where God ultimately takes them, you know. And I tell these kids, don't ever forget, man, God favors the hard workers, man. You know, God favors the hard workers. So no matter what you do, keep your nose down, just work hard. And God will bless you. You know, just trust that man and trust the process.
So,
well, I love your values and your coaching style, and congratulations on your victory so far. And Coach Suki, I wish you the best the rest of the way. And you have a great 5v5 season. Thanks for coming on. And we will put your DM in the show notes for Hellstar, and hopefully get you some kids.
No, I appreciate you, Cully. Again, thank you guys for bringing me on. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Brother. Appreciate
all right,
you, brother.
take care.
Love.
Love,
absolutely.
Family. Yes, sir.
Good guy, man. We really hit it off, man. We met a few months back, man.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's important, man, because like most other, a lot of other coaches that do this, man, they're not real fun to me. And I'll be honest.
They're not. No,
you know what I mean? And it's
they're
like
not.
Because they see you as a threat,
Yeah, and that's why he said that he was getting personal attacks from other coaches, saying not to go there, which I think is ridiculous. But that's
man. I mean, but you gotta.
That's when
you gotta celebrate that shit these
you
days.
made it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we got to celebrate it, man. Because if they ain't talking about you, you ain't doing something right.
That's when you've made it. If they got to resort to personal attacks, you've made it.
Oh yeah, about kids at that, right?
So this is Michael Kearney. I believe this was yours, from McDonough, Georgia. Ola High School.
Yeah. Kick and play, man. I just scrolling. You know me, Cully. I'm just scrolling. Scrolling X, man, and I say, oh man, this kid can play. And I like him because he's 6'1", so not a lot of 6'1" guys get a lot of stuff. I'm 6'1", so
exactly.
The fact that he's out here doing this, man, being what they call a short D lineman, he's putting on, man. I didn't see where he had a bunch of offers or nothing like that, man, but I wanted to showcase him. So hopefully somebody does see him on this show. I want to give him a shot. He can certainly play. I love the way, love his motor. He's twitchy. He gets off there rocky, as you can see. He's violent.
Nice
what I mean? He finds the ball. And I like him. We would need to talk business, man, and get him out here doing 5v5.
Yeah, he's a good athlete.
Showcasing himself on special teams, blocking, and doing some good stuff.
Well, that's a nice job. He played both the back and the quarterback there.
Right.
That was really good.
And the good thing I like about him watching his film, Cully, is his feet, his hands and feet never stop. And that's rare.
Yeah, he's a high motor guy.
Yeah, that's rare for a high school guy. Like most times these guys get stuck in the
mud. He's undersized and he's still getting the job done. He's still doing well.
And that's how you gotta be. Like when you're undersized. Yeah, that's the way you gotta play. You gotta be a demon. Let's keep it real. Like especially an edge. If you're an edge that's under 6'4", like you gotta be a demon. You know what I mean? You gotta be.
And you
don't have you have no chance at all if you're not. And I think this guy can play at a D1 level.
You can see that with him. He's very good with his hands. Very good getting off blocks. Now he has not worked with you.
No, he hasn't worked with us, so I would love to.
He would
to work with him
tremendously. Is it far from you?
So McDonald's like an hour. It is like an hour.
Okay, so it's not too far.
It's not too far, but we had a kid drove 4 hours from Alabama.
No, I know. I know.
Yeah, Sunday. Another kid drove 3 hours from South Georgia. So it's worth it, man. Like we've had kids drive from South Florida, North Carolina, Nashville,
Yeah.
So, but it definitely pays off, man. If he does 5v5, like I said, I scrolled his Twitter, and I didn't see where he was posting. He had a lot of offers, but he can definitely showcase himself with us, man, and get to these colleges and get to be seen. It's not many people are looking for a 6'1" edge guy, but if you showcase yourself around the right people and beat the right guys, you get yourself on.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he does a nice job getting off blocks and beating people, and they play him to the field and boundary, so they don't try to hide him specifically at the boundary.
Right.
He's fine at the field. They're not worried about him getting knocked off the ball. He's good at taking on blocks. He plays with a good pad level. He's good, really good with his hands. I mean, he doesn't have the longest arms, but he's knocking passes down.
Yeah, he's a ball player. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Certain guys, man, it's
just
a ball player.
The way that he reads plays. If he's unblocked, he's very good. That's awesome right there.
Oh, yeah.
He stops, he settles, and then he reacts to who has the ball.
Exactly.
Which I think is tremendous out of him.
I can tell you the football guy. He knows the game. He ain't out there just playing hard as he can and trying to get to the ball. You tell he studies. He
studies. Yes, 100%. He studies.
Yeah, he's true to his technique.
He knows not to fly in and just tackle someone. He knows the zone read to settle, and then he waits to make the play. And that's good. They showed him playing. They moved him inside.
Yeah,
and he played Mike there. He's capable of doing that. How much do you think he weighs?
To be honest, I think he was like, I don't really remember. I think he was like 230 though. If I can remember, I think he was like 230.
I'll double check. Yeah, he's and what level is this?
Ola, I'm not sure. Coach Jordan, the one that's
that
knows everything about Georgia high school football.
But it's not like a prominent Georgia high school.
Oh no, I wouldn't say prominent. I've heard of Ola, and they, but I don't. They're not like a powerhouse that you hear.
Right.
They're not like a Grayson or a Buford or a Gainesville or Milton, anything like that.
Right. Okay, so all right, so he's going into his senior year. Okay, so he definitely has to get with you guys.
No, for sure. Still time.
Definitely has to get with you guys. So Michael, we got to get him with you. And then I have, let's see.
Hey, you see, Kashif got a job at Penn State. Got a wide receiver job at Penn State.
I heard that. Yes,
it's pretty dope, man. So we're going to Pittsburgh next week. So I'm waiting to hear back from Kashif now, man. So hopefully I get to link up with him when we're up there in Pennsylvania and go visit Penn State. I know he's getting settled in, but I'm waiting to hear back from him now.
No, that was awesome for him.
Yeah. Big time.
When is that tournament? You said next weekend?
Yep. So the tournament is March 8th. So we're going up.
That's right. That's your first one because you had most of February off, right?
Yep. So it'll be the first one since the first. Okay. This will be the second one actually of the national tour.
All right. So this was, I believe, your guy Isaac Tolliver.
Yep.
He is fourth. I can't say it. Central in Cumming, Georgia.
Yep. Forsyth Central. Yep.
6'4", 210. Wow.
Yeah. The kid can play, man. He's actually a Georgia State commit.
Okay, because it said class 26. Okay.
Yeah. So we got another guy, Manju.
Is
Birthday.
he with you now?
So I've trained him a few times.
Yeah. Okay.
He didn't come with Trench Mob. I was trying to get him to travel with Trench Mob, but it just wasn't in his cards.
But is he doing 5v5? Jesus. Is he doing 5v5?
So he's not doing 5v5, but I worked with him a handful of times, man. He's out out in Forsyth, but hell of a player, man. And I wanted to showcase him. He's getting ready to go to Georgia State, know. And he's big, nice. He's long. He has to put on some weight. Obviously he's 210. Not going to be able to play college football at 210, but when he does, man, he's going to be a hell of a player. Plays with great effort. Had to work with him a little bit on becoming more technical. And we're still a work in progress. But man, oh man, he has his upside is definitely real. And he can play, man. I can tell right away. the first day I worked with him that, what type of athlete he was, and, that he was going to be a good player.
I talked to one of your other kids today. I can't remember if it was Braylon Thomas. Does that sound familiar?
Braden Thomas.
I'm sorry, Braylon Hill.
Braden Hill.
No.
Yeah,
No, he said this was my first weekend working with Trench Mob.
Yeah, Braylon Hill. That's the kid from Alabama.
Braylon Hill. Okay.
Yep,
Yeah,
his dad is Trent Hill. Yep.
Because I told him that I'd show his film next week because I was talking with him. So
he can play, man.
He did connect with you. Okay.
Yep. So he came down this weekend. He was a kid that drove 4 hours to come down, man.
That was a kid. Okay.
And shout out to him and his dad. His dad, coaches football out there in Alabama. So he said he had been seeing us and hearing about us. They wanted to come see for themselves. So he drove down. We worked with him. I worked with him Saturday, and then he came back Sunday and worked at Trench Mob, man. And he's a good athlete. Definitely, he's active, good hands, and he impresses.
We're going to show him next week.
Okay.
This is Braden Jolley from Commerce High School in Commerce, Georgia.
Okay.
He is a guard center. I'm pretty sure this is Coach Jordan's guy.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I heard that name.
I'm not allowed to say that, but okay. That was a very good first play.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so he's a tackle. Okay. Wow. I mean, he definitely, because it said center guard. So yeah, he's definitely a center guard type. Commerce, Georgia. Have you heard of? Is that a bigger school, smaller school?
I believe Commerce is north, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I don't know it to be a huge school.
Wow. Yeah.
It is a school that I have heard of. I know they play some good football.
How far is it from you?
Commerce, maybe an hour.
Okay.
An hour and a half. I believe it's North
Holy
Georgia.
shit. Okay, so they run like that.
I've definitely, heard this kid's name a few times. I believe I've talked to him before about Trench Mob, so hopefully he can come out and get some work with us, man.
He's doing a nice job.
Yeah.
I mean, he seems to be playing. They moved him around a little bit.
Yeah, look, you're on defense now, huh? Oh, no, he on offense too.
No, he's on offense. Jeez.
Yeah. Cool, yeah.
I mean, that's a hold, but okay.
It's for the coach.
I did a good job blocking in space.
Well, yeah.
Good job on the screen. Nice job.
Right. That's good for college football, man. People are running lots of screens these days.
That's all they do. Yeah.
I feel like I watched UGA last year, man. And I feel like 50% of UGA's offense was screens.
Well, if you don't have a perimeter run game, that's your perimeter run game.
Yeah,
they throw wide receiver screens, or they throw screens.
Yeah, they do.
To make up for it.
Screens galore.
Jesus, they're running the single wing here. Wow. I mean, this kid's pretty vicious.
Oh yeah.
So he's someone that's not bad on the combo block. He's got to get with you guys.
Yeah, for sure, man. He fit right in, man. He's fit right in. And
I just his base a little too wide. If he narrows his base, he looks a little bit shorter than they list them at.
Right.
I think they list it. God, they love that single wing. I think they list him. Geez. Gets a good push. They list him at 6'3". I don't know if he's 6'3". I hope he is.
Yeah.
But he comes off the ball.
Yeah, man, he'd benefit, man. He'd definitely benefit from being with us, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
a lot of kids, All
right, now he's inside. Yeah, he's a better fit inside. God, that number 99 is the size of a house. He blocked him. So they do move him around. This is a funky offense they run. They're in the single wing. They're running the wing T. Now they're in the gun. Jesus.
Right.
Make up your mind.
Come on, have some fun.
Good job. I can't believe they got him out of tackle. Now that's a great job. He's got a monster split, and he did a nice job caving that side in without giving up penetration. I just think his stance is a little too wide.
Right.
But he does have, I believe Coach Jordan said he had several offers.
I've definitely heard this kid's name before. I don't know him personally, but I've heard his name, and I believe I've talked to him.
Pretty
sure I have.
Because I had talked to one of his guys earlier about the show, and Coach Jordan had him already listed. I think this was him, because the other one is Courtney. Okay. Yeah. I like this kid a lot.
Yeah, kid can play, man. Mr. Jolley, come get with us, man. You know
Braden
what I mean?
Jolley, yeah.
Man,
Commerce, Georgia. Oh no, I'm sorry. It was the Alabama kid. The Alabama kid was the one I talked to.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then I have your guy.
I think we showed both of mine already.
Courtney? I didn't show Courtney.
He must be Coach Jordan's other guy.
Okay, this must be. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's guard tackle. No, this is the one I showed from Daphne, Alabama. No, okay. This is the one. This is the kid I talked to as well. He has not done anything with you guys. I told him to keep talking to Coach Jordan, and that you would talk with him, because I remember I saw this. I thought he was really good.
Yeah, man. I mean, lots of guys are still figuring out what 5v5 is.
Well, yeah, they don't know. A lot of them don't know it exists.
Exactly, man. And then you got these coaches
you're in.
Yeah, but you got coaches that know it exists, and they're kind of trying to keep the kids away.
They push them out of it. Yes, 100%.
They know. I mean, let's be honest. Lots of coaches. You go on the road and you meet people from California, Florida, Texas, Colorado. People are going to see you and want you to come to their school. You know?
I mean that's the biggest thing. You got to
showcase
on the road.
Coaches are afraid, to put their kids
they are. They are.
So I just say to those coaches, that's kind of, I want to call it something else, Cully, but I'm not going to be vulgar tonight. But,
they're being selfish assholes. That's all
man.
it is.
But it's just scary, man.
You got to do what's best for your kid.
Yeah, exactly. Just provide a good platform for him to where he won't want to leave high school.
If you're not coaching them all year round, if you don't have a 5v5 team yourself, if you don't have a 7-on-7 team yourself, if there's one in your area, why wouldn't you want them to get the extra work and get better? Right. They're not leaving you. They're just being part of this organization.
And that's how they think about it, man. As soon as they get there, they're going to leave.
I know they do. Mm-hmm. I know. But that's the wrong mentality to have. They're helping you. They're not hurting you. Would you rather them not do nothing besides lift weights and, do position drills with you when they can?
Right.
This is an opportunity to go against real top of the line competition and get coached by elite coaching staffs. So, I mean, who wouldn't want that for their guys? This kid is really good.
Yeah.
So I had talked to him he said he's from Daphne, Alabama. I don't know how that far it is.
I can't see it for some reason. I don't know what's.
Oh, did I put it up? Oh, okay. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, my fault.
It's all good.
He's playing guard. I had the circle on him before, but he is just there. He's over here being hidden. He does a nice job coming off the ball. He moves people. I talked to him earlier. He said he'd been talking to Coach Jordan. And but it's the same thing. Like I don't think that he does anything with 5v5. I mean, he's moving people. Now see him in his 2-point stance. He's just a little wide in his stance, but he bends well.
Kind of burly.
He's a road grader. He's got to move his feet a little bit better. That's all. He's catching there. He's got to use his punch. But he's got the size.
And guys like that, it's good to do 5v5 to show that you can move your feet. You are light on your feet. You can,
And that's him out at tackle. He did a nice job out at tackle, but he's definitely a guard center type. Now here I think he's back at center. No, that's him at guard. He is a true road grader. He moves people. Stoning people at the line. I like that. He just got to be a little bit better with his punch and not catch people. Punch.
He's violent. But yeah, like you said, you got to be the aggressor.
But I mean, that's good. He's caving the whole line in there, but they're moving. I mean, they got him moving around at guard and tackle. He's definitely a guard.
All right.
Guard center type.
How tall was he?
Oh, geez. 6'3". Or I think they listed him at 6'4", but I don't think he's 6'4". But he is physical. He's just got to work on his footwork. His pad level's not bad. His stance is a little wide. His knees are out a little bit there. It's a good job on the skip pull.
Okay, check him out with the skippy.
Very good on the skip pull.
Yeah, man, Coach Jordan would have been proud of that. Coach Jordan's nickname is Big Skipping. From the skip pull.
Yeah, easy to do. It's tough. That's good that he did it.
You got to call him Skip Pull Shouty.
He's got good footwork.
Yeah.
And they put him out at tackle. It looks like it's even situational the way they do it.
Yeah, man.
He blocks well at space. Nice job.
Yeah.
I would just like
to road grader. Tearing up the pavement.
Yeah, so this is someone we definitely got to get with you. Maybe he can carpool with the other guy from Alabama.
Yeah, man, I love them Alabama kids, man. We got a Alabama kid I'll never forget, man.
They live and die football.
Yeah, man, kid named Gavin Vickers, man, from Alabama, man. We call him Cowboy, man. Hey, man, one of the best football players we've ever had at Trench Mob. Ever had. He ended up going to Dodge City and ended up Dodge City JUCO and tearing his shoulder up, man. Pretty bad. I never quite recovered, but man, Gavin, man, was a hell of a player. Cowboy is one for the ages.
The recruiter dude, Ricky Davis, and his guy Andrew, the center.
Oh yeah, Dugan. Yeah, man, Dugan can ball, man.
Where's he?
He's going to UT Martin, University of Tennessee Martin.
That's what Ricky said. Ricky Green, right?
Yep. Hell of a player, man. Undersized guy, 6 foot tall.
Yeah, he works his ass off. I liked him.
And generously 6 foot tall.
I know.
And man, he's a fucking killer though. You know what I mean? For sure. I'll take that kid.
Really good for that.
I wish he could have came with us on the road, man. Man, I'm a little bit early.
No, I know.
Mm-hmm.
So Courtney, stay in touch with Coach Jordan, and I DM'd you as well. We talked, so that's good. And then I got one more guy. This is someone that reached out to me earlier. I checked out his film. I thought it was decent. Gavin Petty. He's a Florida kid.
Okay.
I put him on the sheet. 6'3", 265. Do you see the screen?
Yep, I see it, yeah.
Okay. 6, well, yeah. He's 6'3" now, 265.
Check him out.
I mean, I don't know how good a competition this is, but I watched the film. I thought he was good. He wanted to come on. He wanted his film to be on. I said, absolutely. After I watched it, I thought he was good enough. I mean, he just looks like a tough bastard.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's obviously a center guard at the next level. I mean, like right there, that's a great job.
Oh yeah,
knowing outside, coming back inside, finding work. Good job on his 2-point stance there. Jesus, just throwing dudes.
Some people on the ground, you nasty, man. You know, it's just like shit.
Yeah.
I hate old linemen, but I love nasty ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and like
exactly.
But man, I love nothing like nasty watching. I would almost rather watch. I mean, don't tell nobody, but I would almost rather watch nasty O line play than good D line play. You know, I'm telling you right now, like it's just something. It does something to my spirit to see nasty offensive tackle.
He ain't finesse.
Yeah, I mean, like the kid. I don't know if you remember we talked about that kid David Carter we had with us. You know, with trench mob, man, he had his technique was not that good, but he's the most violent person I've ever met in 5v5. That's what makes him legend. Like he would take your face and throw it through the pavement and not care. And if you want to fight, he wants to fight too.
Absolutely. That's what you need.
That type of guy. Hey man, I'll take that guy over a great technician any day, because a lot of great technicians, you know, they don't have that part, you know. And then I won with a competitor, that guy who just wants to be nasty, who can work on his technique, you know.
Absolutely, and that's what I liked about him. He is nasty. He plays with a low pad level. He comes off the ball. He's good with his hands. He is always looking for work, looking to kill people. I think he's a good fit. I got to get him in contact with you. It's Gavin Petty.
What part of Florida?
I know he is in Florida, Mainland High in Florida. I'll find out exactly where it is. It's Daytona Beach. It's in Daytona Beach, Florida. Okay. I was telling him about Trench Mob. I told him we'd show his film. He's got a spring practice schedule on here, and it's got some of the work that he's been doing. But yeah, I think he's legit. I think, you know, if he is gotten to 6'3", that'll help him. But 6'2", 6'3", that's huge. I think he's a center guard. That'll be perfect for him. But I'll put you in touch with him. Definitely. So let me just run this quick. I completely forgot to. I'll be out. Down south, we have Julius Williams and the Trench Mob, located in Decatur, Georgia. They train offensive and defensive linemen. They compete in 5v5 tournaments and college showcase camps across the country. They have sent kids to schools like Florida, Florida State, Miami, Clemson, Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, just to name a few. If you want to be trained by the best, you work with the Trench Mob. Julius has a virtual program. He can train you anywhere in the country, and they will make sure they have the highest percentage of kids that go Division I. Go to their website, trenchmobfootball.com, and sign up now. Ned Von Young owns Freshfold Laundry Company, located in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. High-end laundry service. You book online. You put your laundry out in a clear plastic bag. They pick it up, wash, dry, fold it for you in 48 hours. They have an expedited service that can do it faster. They also offer an online subscription model, weekly or bi-weekly. So you can have your laundry done that way whenever you want. They have deals for college students as well. So make sure to check out their website. It is my-freshfoldlaundry.com. And I am wrong. The website is my-freshfold.com. So I have to redo that. But yeah, it's my-freshfold.com. You can contact him. So great show, Julius. Great coach having on from the Hellfire? Not Hellfire. Hellfire.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Suki, man. Great dude, man. Can't wait to see those guys again, and can't wait to see them again, and in Pittsburgh, man. Pittsburgh, we gotta get our bike back, man.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
get the win back against them.
Yeah,
Coach
for sure.
was
Looking
great.
forward to it. Yes,
Great
sir.
story, great guy. We loved having him on. So for Coach Julius, the Trench Mob, again, you can DM him, find him on Twitter, and go to the website, as I said, trenchmobfootball.com, and you can sign up to work with them wherever you are in the country. And like I said, he's going to be back in Minnesota as well to see people. So I am Steve Cully, the best podcast host in the universe. Remember, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges, throw them right back at life.